because one, they were slowly getting off topic of what Assassin's Creed was mainly about, and when you look at it now with Origins and things,
you fucking jump correctly.
I applaud Assassin's Creed.
There we go. Okay, that's better. Let's see. Who's next? Hello? Oh, okay, mic's working. Great. Somatic here? Hello? Somatic is here.
Yeah, I made a huge mistake buying that game, dude. I thought it was going to be different. You know, it had that storyline that I like with Spartans and, you know, the Greek mythology, you know. I'm not going to even buy into that no more, Adam, because they need to take away the bullshit they did in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. With their leveling up system was garbage, man. Like, seriously garbage, dude. That shit was stupid. Why does a chicken have a leveling up system? Why does that even have a level? It's just a fucking chicken.
Because they want to piss you off. That's why.
God damn, those people. They really try to bend your arm to make sure you bought those shit like the shit on the microtransactions so you can level up. And their system was literally similar to Destiny. That shit looked just like Destiny, the way you take this thing and you add it on and they'll give you a boost. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, man. I'm like, Destiny did it way better, and you try to copy off that shit and you sucked. You fucking suck, man. Yeah, you try to copy off a system that Destiny have, and then you fucking that shit was trash, man. That's pretty Odyssey is. How does that game get a 9 from IGN? Again, it's IGN. No wonder. Fucking retards.
What game? What game are you talking about?
Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Oh, that game was dog shit, dude.
Dog shit, man.
Oh yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta use the washroom.
No, I beat it, but it was such a fucking snooze fest, man.
I couldn't take it no more with that level. When you
broke
make a
the
bear
game in half of his foot, he's thinking this. That's true.
Yeah, that the fact that a bear has a leveling up
Tell
system. It's just fucking
Sam.
dumb,
He can.
Oh, JayTech said you can join.
Tell Sam he can join. I added him into that group with the.
He said whenever he beat Knack, he'll join the system of death.
Oh God. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Well,
but Adam, as far as the Arkham Knight, I just felt like, for me, I think that's the most overrated game this gen because that game did not live up to none of the expectation. The Batmobile was the Batman. It wasn't Batman at all.
Okay, we got 4 people. I'm gonna go send Adam an invite to his neck.
Or you could go with Assassin's Creed Odyssey too.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
JayTech, just give me 1 second, dude.
Okay, take your time. Take your time. Somebody's talking.
You know what? Adam, I wouldn't even try to debate you on that because I had my issues with Red Dead. I enjoyed it a lot more than you did. But I was confused by the
Aaron Greenberg rated R.
What the heck happened? It was like a Quentin Tarantino puzzle face.
What's going on, Fatal?
I was like, what? So, to give the game a better perspective, I'm going to play the first one and not go to a quick judgment of why I was confused. Because Sam told me he understood why he did it, and you had to play the first one. So I was like, you know what? Let me go back and play the first one. Yeah. Oh, I love the first one. That mechanic in that game is really good, dude. The first Red Dead mechanics are just phenomenal.
Yeah, the mechanics is terrible. In part 2.
It's about John Morrison, and it's simple. It's like God of War's story. It's simplistic, but the experience that you have playing with this character is what makes you want to keep playing. It's just like John Morrison. Yeah, it's just... Yeah. That's why I like it's not about him getting money. It's literally about him doing something that he doesn't want to do, but he has to do. So it's like, that's a really good storyline. They're forcing him to do something that he doesn't want to do. And this in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's literally Dutch, we have a plan. Then the plan gets people killed. I have another plan. It revolves around doing the same thing. Rob somebody. Come on, man. That shit is dumb.
Wait, you talking about Red Dead 2?
Yeah. And then the third
I
plan,
actually enjoyed that game.
Guess what the third plan is? Rob this guy who's corrupt so we can justify our actions.
That's kind of what people did though in the Wild West, though, right? Like especially when it was outlaw.
But when a game does that
gang
shit 3 times to 4 times in a row, it becomes like, what? That's why I love Arthur Morgan as a character so much, because he literally was speaking for the audience. Like, Dutch, what are you doing? This is going nowhere.
Yeah. I noticed that. Yeah, I noticed that, man. I mean, I know a lot of people give fucking a lot of flack to Red Dead, but I actually didn't mind going through that game, man. The online can
I enjoyed it
for all I give a fuck, but
I enjoyed the story
it for what it was.
But I felt like that was just repetitive.
No, I agree. There was definitely a lot of repetitive moments, and I think Rockstar played a little too safe with its narrative because it's kind of similar to the first game. Yeah. I mean, even though it's a prequel, I get that, but there's a lot of similarities between the two as far as narrative goes for certain aspects. So,
yeah, and I thought it was all right. I think they caught themselves, not Rocksteady, Rockstar caught themselves with this Arthur Morgan character that was never mentioned in Red Dead at all. So he just came out of nowhere. For all the stuff that he did, it should have been mentioned in Red Dead Redemption. I just thought they made a character.
And I agree. But truth be told, I actually really like Arthur as a main character in that game.
I do.
I thought he was really, really well written and well designed.
Yeah, I liked him a lot. He was great, man.
What's up, Big Money?
What's up, fam? That's kind of, that's kind of what they did in Uncharted. When his brother, they never talked about a brother. Then all of a sudden he had a brother. I'm like, what? Where did he come from? I just wish they would think about that stuff before they do stuff like that.
Okay, guys, we're waiting on Sam. Sam has to beat Knack, but I guess we get started. Okay, Adam Core is here.
Yeah, see, me and Adam, we can have a civil talk about Arkham like other people in the universe.
Just mute.
Like PC fanboys.
Yeah.
I gotta say, that dude you talked to yesterday that's the classic individual. I repeat what I hear, and I think I'm gonna win.
Yeah, we really should talk about okay, so before we get started with all of that, I want everybody to do your intros. I gotta do something. But do your intros. And I'll do
okay. All right, cool. I'll go first. What's up, everybody? Admore Gaming here, or Admore, shall I say? I keep saying Admore Gaming. Just call me Admore. Hoping to have a good podcast today. Talk about some things. I don't know, based on topics. I haven't really looked. My bad. But looking to have a good show here. Yeah. Next.
What's up, y'all? This Big Money, man. Thank y'all for coming out again on this Sunday, man. Y'all know y'all can catch us every Sunday at 2:00. I want to thank the PlayStation Legion. Thank my boy Fatal for coming again. Let's get it popping. Go ahead, Fatal. Man.
Yeah, I'll go next. Borderlands 20. Thanks for popping by another wonderful Sunday, guys. Let's get it popping. Go with the topics.
Okay, I'm gonna do my intro. My name is Ron Swanson, and that's all you're
doing. Damn it.
Epic.
What was wrong with you?
The monster.
Shit, Atlantic. Why you gotta do that?
He's not, hey, man, he's on Parks and Rec, man. He's on the Parks and Rec.
Who's next?
Fatal.
Oh. Fatal.
Is Fatal here?
Oh, I think he's in the Hangout.
I think he stepped out for a little bit.
Oh, okay. There he is. He came back.
Yeah, my bad.
That's all right.
Fatal.
No, my phone. Well, whatever. Phantom Official here. Glad to be here. I'm going to try to be here. I'm on Wi-Fi on my phone. It's very, very spotty. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just until I get my phone back up.
Who's next? Or is that me?
I think you're the last one.
Okay, I'm the last one.
Yeah.
This is JayTechTV. Like Somatic said, very smelly and stinky to my enemies. And yeah, let's get started. So, guys, it's almost summertime. That's almost the time when all the school kids are either out of school or graduated or planning to go to college. It's been 3 years since I made a video telling PC fans that even though you have a lot of power, you still like the games that we have on our consoles. Even though you call us peasants, you still get on petitions and beg for our games. It seems that when telling people the truth, I pissed off a huge community of PC fanboys, and they've been coming after me for the last 3 years. So because one person made a video about me, the younger community of the PC fans have been targeting me in a very weird attempt to make me look even worse than I already do in their eyes, which is kind of stupid and pointless because, I'm not trying to look good for them at all. So, look, I'm going to open up the Discord debate challenge for this summer. It's going to be starting in the middle of June 15th. I'm only accepting debate challenges from people that are educated. If you can't think on your own, if you're looking at other people's YouTube videos and you're seeing them and their debate style and you believe you can use just their tactics to defeat me, please stop. If you're under the age of 17 without a high school diploma, you will not be accepted. I've had too many little kids debate me that don't know common knowledge.
Like an Indeed.com posting.
I'm being dead ass serious. The last debate I just had, this guy did not know Horizon Zero Dawn was a PS4 exclusive. He says that he thinks that game is on Xbox and PS4. He knew it wasn't on PC, but he did not know it was a PlayStation exclusive. Okay. The reason why I'm putting on age restriction is because clearly, if you're under the age of 20, you were born in the year 2000. The 90s is very important for gaming history. Very, very important. I think the youngest guy I had a debate with, which was at the age of 13, he was born in 2006, the same year PS3 came out. Unacceptable. I understand there's a new generation of PC fans. I don't mind talking to you guys. I don't mind debating you guys. But I've made a playlist to help everybody keep track of all the debates I've done. I'm going to be moving that up on the playlist list on my YouTube channel so you guys can't forget the fact that I did debate people. With that being said, no one can say I have not debated anyone. I've debated tons of people on the PlayStation Legion podcast from last year to this year. 2 years of debates. Okay? We're going to set some ground rules. Thank you, Adam. Adam woke me up to this shit. I got to give a big shout out to Adam. I'm dead ass serious, bro.
I pissed you off at one point.
No, you did. But, I respect that criticism, and you were fucking right. I can't.
No offense to kids. It's no offense to the kids, man. It's just that, I heard the people you debated, just through your mic alone, or even when I watched your live stream, I was like, this kid sounds like he was born late, before, just on the near fucking 2010. I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, just no. Because it sounds like these sort of kids, they watch other people talk and they think, oh, it's basically their head's like, their mind's like a sponge, like any sort of author, man. It's like they soak shit up and they think they could just pretty much eject that shit to another person. No, you can't. Sorry, you just can't, man. Yeah, but carry on, man. Carry on.
Oh, yeah. So, it seems like what I've counted, putting this on the list now, I have 24 different debates that I did. I made a playlist folder for it on YouTube.
Oh, my goodness.
24 debates, okay? Can't say I'm afraid of debating anybody, but I am putting age restrictions, okay? You guys are just, sorry, a little bit too young and you don't know common sense. With that being said, let's get started with the topics.
Very, very true.
I want to give a big shout out to Adam and Somatic, as well as Sam, for being here with all the headaches of debates that I've done.
Doesn't mean I'm going to be here that
No,
long.
I'm not expecting you to be here.
I'll be popping a pilly every fucking minute.
We're here for some of those
You just usually mute you when you do that.
Okay, shut up. Was pretty fun doing the debates. Not really. It's very nerve-wracking sometimes because they all seem like broken records, to be honest. God, they say the same thing. Let's get started. I guess we stay on topic.
Is that a PS4 I hear in the background booting up?
Shut up. Stop. Leave my PS4 alone.
Okay.
Sound like a jet engine.
Dude, it sounds like my older model. God
Like an
damn.
old Hoover vacuum.
Uh-oh. That's illegal. Okay, we're going with the first topic. Steam has just got 1 billion accounts, but only 9% are active. What are the thoughts? So, when I call you PC port begging trolls, that's accurate. That's accurate. They said the majority of the accounts are spam accounts, hacked accounts, duplicate accounts, and troll accounts. So then, the bulk of the Steam accounts are not active. Only 9% out of 1 billion are active. So, again, stop using the stupid fucking number of how many Steam accounts there are when most of them are not active. I have 2 Steam accounts. One I fucking forgot the password to. The second one I made last year, and I don't even fucking use it anymore. So stop with the Steam accounts. That don't mean shit. Any thoughts on that? 1 billion accounts. Any thoughts?
You know what? I think we were talking about this the other day too. Like the only thing that concerns me is, well, it don't concern me. It concern the investors. Like I'd be wondering, what do they think about this shit? Like, what type of numbers do they be using for this shit? Because it don't seem like they making no money or nothing. Mm-hmm. Unless I don't. Because wait a minute, they said. What did Royal say? He said, is it 9% and 10%? Because I think he said 10%. And 10% of $1 billion is $100 million.
He said 10% big money.
Yeah, so I guess that's good. But the other shit just don't make no sense. I don't understand that. I'm completely blown out of the water with that. I don't understand it at all.
Like I'm all done with that.
I personally don't give a rat's ass about how many numbers or that Steam has or how many active users there are. I lost my love for PC years ago.
Speaking of PC, how do you guys feel about censoring? Because I've been talked to about this topic. People want me to cover it. I don't really care. But I want to take this time and share the screen because we have to. The shit that I'm seeing right now is
this all the censor stuff that Sony's talking about?
No, I just want. Hold on, you're gonna see soon. You're gonna see real soon.
Please talk about like the rate.
By the way, this channel is not.
Oh,
if you're a kid right now, you might want to fucking close your eyes. Okay, never said this channel was for everybody. Okay, so there's a new game called Wildlife, only on the PC. It's like Conan, but they say it's 18 years plus erotic action RPG. So they said all the models on this Conan type spin-off game are all females with very skimpy bikinis, and most of them can be nude and all of this other stuff.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. So I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about this? This is basically what the PC community really, really wants. They want these type of games, and they tease us for not having these type of games, even though we don't really care about these games. There's no premise in this game so far that I know, but I just wanted to know what you guys' thoughts on this was. It's called Wildlife.
Me personally, there, JTech, I don't like. There's been lots of games that are similar to this that've been around for years upon years on the PC side of the world. I never really played any of them because my PC can never run half the goddamn games that I want to play. But stuff like this, though, man, it's like when you see people make a big deal or deal like about related to censoring stuff like this. I don't know. People that get upset about stuff like this, man, it's like either you're not getting any in real life or you've never seen a pair of tits before in your life.
Yeah, I don't understand why that shit exists.
So when I see people,
go ahead, man.
I don't understand why people get so upset about stuff like this, man. It's just whatever, man. Like, here's the way I look at it, JTech.
What do we
it's developers' way of expressing it.
What do console people supposed to be jealous of? I don't understand.
I don't know, bro. If you really want to do all that perverted shit, there's free porn websites all around the fucking
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And lots of free to play porn games on PC.
I get that all the time when I'm trying to watch like a series on my laptop. I always get those pop up fucking
those
porn
ads.
games.
Yeah. I get them too. Sadly.
Why tease a gamer with something like this where it basically doesn't have a story, doesn't have a premise? It's not going to really keep your attention as far as being a game outside of being a sex simulator. Look, you guys teasing us about it makes you look real immature, okay?
They still think gamers are like that, though, don't they? They still think like gamers are like some horny, fucking cooped up motherfuckers.
No, I mean, the people that are getting teased, they're not getting teased by journalists. They're getting teased by people that claim that they're PC gamers, but in actuality, they're not. Just like,
where did that bitch come from?
But yeah, I mean, nobody else has thoughts on.
Not really, no.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, Lincoln just popped in. What's up, Link?
Oh,
hey, what's going on? Sorry, folks, I'm late. I just woke up.
No,
I mean, it's one of those topics that, like, you look at it and you just think, do I have to talk about? Like, do we have to like?
I didn't want to, but I want to have it.
No, I'm not talking about us. I'm just talking like in general. Like, if somebody looked at that article, like, would they pay attention to this shit? Like incredibly? Like, no, they'll probably just be like, okay, it's just a thing. Move on. No, it's one of those things, isn't it? You always see these sort of games pop up.
Days Gone.
Yeah, I don't know. Like you would rather look at some cartoon titties than some real free titties. Like
every once in a while, it's acceptable. There, Big Money. Every once in a while.
I'm sorry. Shit, Fatal. Oh my god.
They call like those long ass fucking anime characters, man. The people bother.
But I don't want them to think that console gamers are like we're mad because that's not on our console. That's crazy right there. Man. That is crazy.
I mean, if that's what you buy in a $60 game,
I love some digital titties. I'm getting right up horny right now.
Hold on, that game is $60?
No, I'm just saying. It's
okay.
not $60. I'm saying we buy games that are $60. I don't think we're gonna buy $60 to see some digital ass and titties. I think that's really repetitive.
I've done that a couple times.
Illegal. So I wanted to talk about Days Gone for just a little bit. I'm on M4G. I don't normally come on here. I came on here for that article. It seems like Days Gone got another purposely low score by this website called Game Critics. It got a 4.5 out of 10. When you start giving, I'm just gonna be honest, and you guys can chime in, then we can move on to the next topic. When you start giving Days Gone a low score based off of IGN and GameSpot, you look stupid. Now, I think their reason for giving it a low score is whatever reason they wanted to try to come up with. But the fact of the matter is the quality alone in this game, the voice acting, the story, the music. When you get in later in on a game, it picks up a lot, and it is very, very good.
Doesn't IGN have a good relationship with Microsoft?
Of all the critics. Oh my god!
What'd you say, Lincoln?
I was going to say, don't IGN have a good relationship with Microsoft, or at least tiptoes around them?
No, actually, they have a very favorable actual relationship with Sony and Nintendo.
Didn't they make that little meme around the God of War time when they put that little meme up there and didn't say well with Microsoft?
Oh, the Father Simulator shit? They put the Father Simulator stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Father Simulator.
Yeah, that's what they mean.
So I can't remember what it was. That meme, I think it was around when God of War came out. I was like, okay, they had this side God of War, the other side, there was like a black, just totally black, and they took that shit down because it didn't set well with Microsoft.
I don't know.
Damn it, I'm trying to remember for the life of me.
Hey, you know what?
But you do.
Go ahead, Fiddle.
No, I was just gonna say, Lincoln, you do bring up a good point though, man, because I do know that a lot of these journalists play favorites every generation. Mm-hmm. Well, at least for the last two consecutively, this one and last one. And I've noticed that. And to me, that's not doing your job properly as a video game journalist. You're supposed to be equal, neutral. Mm-hmm. Well, try to be neutral.
And
I understand
so,
sometimes.
IGN looks stupid to me because they gave Days Gone the score that they gave it. And then when the initial backlash came out because of it, they jumped on Twitter and tried to say normally when, you know, we give something a less than favorable review and then people actually play it and they see that we're right, they usually end up shutting up or some shit like that.
Agreed.
But Days Gone is still, you know, is still riding high. So now they gotta, you know, jump out and say something again to try to defend their
But one
review.
there are some smaller reviewers that give a game a low score because another bigger website gives it a low score, and the same thing with high scores. Some websites give a game a high score based off of some other people. What you write is not always how you rate the game. We've all
exactly
PlayStation Legion have read some of these articles and noticed that this game gets some glowing praise, but then they end up giving it a low score, meaning that they could give the score of the game whatever score they want after they write about it. It doesn't really matter. That's how that shit is. And sometimes I definitely believe this is factual. This goes for any game. This is not just for PS4 exclusive. This could be for Nintendo exclusive. This could be for Xbox exclusive, PC exclusives, or multiplats, all the same. If another major publisher, major website, gives a game a high or low score, other ones might not know what score to give it, and they just follow the trend. You know,
so you further make my point that somebody can be influenced or paid off to give a game a high score or sabotage it.
Exactly.
Hey, but you know what? I think the great thing about this particular game that I haven't seen personally in a while. This is the first time where majority of the critics came out and gave this game a low score, but the fans put up their middle finger and said, fuck you, and bought the game. Because Sony said this is the best selling. This is the first time in a long time I've seen something like that. It looked like all the, whatever you want to call it, the hardcore gamers, the casuals, it looked like they said, fuck you, and bought the game. Because the way they talking about how it's selling, I can't believe it's selling like it is. I really can't.
Yeah,
I cannot believe with that score that it got.
One thing they can't get away with, big money, in the age of information when everybody's sharing pictures, posting videos, and streaming the game. Oh no, your stupid ass review ain't got a whole weight.
We had people recommending us to play it, man. They're like, just give it a chance.
Exactly.
You know, I never had that kind of like just random support before.
Bro,
that's the mentality that I love right there.
Are pretty funny. You know, we've all played games with lots of glitches. These are not fucking annoying glitches, bro. These are some pretty funny glitches. You know, it's pretty common.
I can just dive on it. The past week, you know, this week and maybe last week a little bit, about people that I've been on Twitter with, just discussed, because obviously I have yet to buy the game and play the game, but from what I've been talking with other people, a lot of people are just sticking with their guns and just saying, like, reviewers are just, they've definitely got this fucking game wrong. I mean, I know that, you know, I've seen Xbox fans, PC fans, Nintendo fans go, oh, now you're crying wolf. But the thing is, we're crying wolf from the aspect of, we're not saying this is a 10 or 9. We're saying this is like a 7 or an 8. And it's also in the sense that the shit that we've been seeing on Twitter, you know, regarding Lucy O'Brien and what's her name, Haley, whatever the fucking name is, their points for the game are really off-putting and just like, you think you listen to a couple of their points, and especially like in their tweets, they mention a few points. Do you really have to add these points into your review? Or are they much of a factor in that review? No, they shouldn't be, ever. You know, we looked at, like, you know, the play of one of the lines that was in the game, the play of how Deacon treats certain things, and I'm like, really? Like, that's a bit, you know, that is a bit, like, nitpicky, because for me, I put on Twitter to Haley, the GameSpot reviewer, saying she says how she didn't like the line, ride me like you ride your bike. And yet I went ahead and went, fuck this. I went to Uncharted 2 where Chloe says, you're going to miss this ass. And then later on, Sully goes, where did Chloe go? And then Nathan Drake says, you're a sick man, Sully. And the thing is, games back then, they could do that shit. God of War 1, 2, and 3, Ascension, could do those mini sex games because they weren't under scrutiny at that point. But if those games came out this time, those games would be like 5s, 7s, 6s.
Yeah, based on this criteria. And you know what? I got to that scene. That was less than 2 seconds. That was less than 2
Yo, Jay.
Of him looking at her ass, and they continue with the story and the writing. The script. It was less than 2 seconds. I don't know how she could be so impacted by one less than 2 second scene in a game that's roughly 60 to 70 hours long.
Well, what I understand, that chick from IGN, I think that did the review or whatever the case may be, went on Twitter and started saying all that shit. I don't think she even played the fucking game.
This is what. Okay.
Honestly, if she did, if she played,
bro, you're a genius, bro. We were about to segue into the fact that the Legion has been talking in the chat, especially yesterday, that there might have been someone playing the game and she was over their shoulder making judgments.
Oh, I guarantee you that's exactly what it was. Because when she sat there and she said on Twitter that why are all the freakers white, and yet they actually explained that in the fucking game. Yeah, that bitch did not play that shit. She did not play that at all.
Not to mention this chick pointed out about Deacon looking at his wife's butt and all this kind of shit.
Well, it wasn't his wife at the time. It was a girl that he was heavily flirting with at that time, and they had a good relationship. But I don't think they were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. It was a very playful banner. And she said something, and he was like, "I see," and then she was like, "Stop playing around. Come over here and look at the flowers that they were collecting at the time." There was no like creepy nature about that. Like they knew each other. They were comfortable with each other at the time of that story. And I really, really feel like they had many other agendas. Yeah, there's another female that he meets that he knew for a while that he rode on the same bike with, or that they didn't meet a statement about that. It's like Deacon actually was very respectful to women. He had a code against killing or attacking women in the whole game. So it's like, wow, like you really gonna shit on this game, and you would know that if you played it. The Deacon was very respectful to women, so she obviously did not play the game.
Mm-hmm. I'm really glad that you said that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Fatal.
No. Go ahead, please.
So I was gonna say that either you were right that she was looking over somebody's shoulder while they were playing the game, or if she said she made an SJW issue out of this fucking game, she probably played it until she seen one or two instances of what she felt was some damn male chauvinist shit, and then put the controller down.
Well,
and you know what? With you saying that, Lincoln, you know what they need to do? I know they're not going to do this, but what they need to do, they need to take some type of test or something, and they need to set guidelines for those people like IGN that do those. They need to set some type of guidelines where you only rate the game on the gameplay, let's say the music, the mechanics. Don't put nothing in there personal. If you see one thing on there saying something that makes it seem like it's an SJW, whatever y'all call that shit, topic, that should be, they need to cross that critic out. They need to get them out the way. They need to start setting guidelines because
you can't be biased. I know what you're saying, Big Money. In today's society, you cannot actually be biased against women. But it's kind of different now because you can't be biased against women, but there's no rule now saying that women can't be biased against men.
No, but what I'm saying is like when you're even if it's a man or a woman that's doing the review on the game, set some guidelines. When you start saying shit like, "Hey, this person, all the freakers are white," get that review out of here. We don't want to see
there's
it.
a reason
Take
for
it
that.
off the board. Take it off the board because
they were not.
You don't want to. Yeah, that's
Big Money. Just to go off that point you just said there about them being white. There's a storyline to why they're white, in which makes the whole premise of her from IGN, her from GameSpot, not either listening to the story or just not understanding. Like that they did not that proves that they haven't played the game or they didn't like listen to the story because there's a reason why they're white. Like, but again, carry on.
But like I was saying, man, it's like they don't care about that stuff. So if you put certain guidelines in that shit, I think they should abide by those guidelines. Like I said, I know they're not going to do it because it seems like nowadays this is with everything, with movies, video games, whatever. It seems like whoever's reviewing whatever you're reviewing, they want to put something personal from their life into their review. And that shit don't make no sense.
No, I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that, Big Money.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's why they need to set guidelines on. Because when you start talking about personal shit, because if I'm reading a good review and I see something like that, I'm pushing that shit to the side. I'm gonna move right on to the next review because that don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. The game don't have nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. How many fucking white freakers is it? That don't even make no sense. That's why you should push that shit to the side. But like I said, they're not gonna do nothing like that. They're not gonna do nothing like that. But they need to set guidelines because these reviewers, believe it or not, they influence a lot of gamers. They influence a lot of gamers, and that's sad. But like I said, with this one particular game, I'm so glad that gamers banded together and said, fuck this. I seen this game being played, and I'm going to buy it, and I'm a judge for myself if it's good or not. And I'm not listening to you this time. And I'm glad for Sony. I'm glad for Sony doing what they did, man.
Exactly.
Because that shit is crazy. I'm
I
real
kind
happy.
of think that I think with the SJWs, I think rather than influencing a lot of people, in some cases they destroy everything in their path. You know, in the so-called effort to try to make it right because their influence fucked up Battlefield. You know, and it could have.
Yeah, it did.
You know, if people listen to their influence on this game, it would have fucked it up.
Yep.
So,
Big Money. Yeah, if I may, real quick. At this point in time, when you personally start adding in your own personal feelings towards an actual game within your written review, and that's how you basically center your review on, at that point, it's no longer a fucking review.
No,
to me, that looks at nothing more than a goddamn diary entry at this point.
Exactly. That's something personal with you. That's something personal with you. And it should not be permitted to be on Metacritic. It shouldn't be.
But here's the thing that takes the cake that blows my fucking mind, man, is when I see people out here, whether it be men or women, writing these kind of reviews, and specifically towards Days Gone, but I've also seen it in other games too as well. I'm giving a lot of flack to Polygon. But the thing of it is like the moment when you start putting in your personal feelings and shit like that, it's like, bro, you're fucking putting your own personal feelings for a fucking video game. Video game is not real. It's a fantasy that we're fucking playing.
Like a police case, you can't get attached to a case. Like if you're a police person or you're an agent of like whatever, if it's FBI, CIA, whatever, you can't get attached to a case. Otherwise, you're compromising the sense.
There you go.
This is what this is about. You're getting compromised because you're fucking thinking all this BS.
Thing is, their editors are bigger SJWs than they are, so they're enabling this bullshit.
Yeah,
like the one
exactly.
for IGN.
It's like you have a work environment that caters to how you think personally about certain things in your personal life. And this is why I told Sam and Adam, I don't think nothing's gonna be done to these people because their bosses are females and their bosses are also females. And nobody's gonna say, well, we can't have you do this, because then they're gonna say, well, you're being biased to my, you know, I don't know, civil liberties or some dumb shit like that. That I can't play a game with a man. But Adam, you did the research. I'm gonna go edit something real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
tell them what happened with the research you did on the IGN lady for all the games she reviewed.
Yeah. So I mean, for instance, so what I did was I actually looked back on Lucia Bryant's all of her review. Well, not all of her reviews. There's a few of them, and like ones being the main ones that were interesting to me were the Uncharted 4, Rise, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and I mean this one, but I kind of just took backseat on that. And the one review that stuck out to me was the Shadow of the Tomb Raider one. She gave that game a 9 out of 10. And some things she stated were like, for instance, side missions, saying they were really good, and they were saying sort of the gameplay mechanics. Also, the fact that Jonah as a character was so believable and shit like that. And as a person that played, you know, this new Origin story,
She said
I would say right now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider was the worst of the fucking 3 games. Rise was a great game. The reboot was better than Shadow. Shadow was a missed opportunity where they should have went with it. Jonah as a character, I've heard it across all the board. He was one of those characters people wanted to die. He wasn't playable. He wasn't good. The side missions in Shadow of the Tomb Raider were another thing. To me, the side missions played out in one particular fashion, which was you get the mission, you ask for the mission, you go from that one native, which is basically in this game, like you go to one native of the country where you're in, then you go to another native to talk to them, then you go back to that native and you complete the mission. Whereas in Days Gone, she criticizes some of the missions, saying certain things, but there are points within Days Gone where the missions have got variety, unlike that game. It's also centered the gunplay in the game, as well as just overall gameplay. There isn't as much as what Days Gone offers, but yet she again gives this game a 9 out of 10, and Days Gone, what is it, 6.5? And that's not even stating the stuff that she said about Rise, which kind of did make sense, and also Uncharted 4. I don't want to get into it because it will be really fucking in depth, but
basically
it's not
she
good.
Skipped over some stuff. Like there's some repetitive stuff from other games that she gave a higher score to than Days Gone. And it really, like, she didn't even talk. So I had a little bit of a problem, and some other people had some problem with loading screens. I think they were too long. I think that the cutscenes could have been more fluid, especially the beginning cutscene, and not in the very beginning, but towards the beginning of the game where they showed the backstory to the cutscene in the beginning about the helicopter. That, you know, what happened. They expanded on that, and every now and then I would see a little black screen cut the fade to this scene, and they were right around the corner. They were still in the same area. I had a little bit of a problem with that. Not enough to mark it down, but enough to say that hopefully this developer can learn from other Sony developers and improve on their technique. But I don't think I've gotten to any point in the game where I would say, oh, I'm about to mark this down a whole point or a half a point. Not yet. This game's clearly not perfect. If I was to give it a score right now, it'd definitely be a high 9. You know, it's not perfect, so it's not going to be a 10 out of 10. I would never give the game a 10 out of 10. There's not a lot of games that should get a 10 out of 10 because nothing's perfect. Every game is different, but you have to respect them for who they are, for what they are. And they clearly don't respect gaming enough to see this as a different experience. They compared this game to other experiences, and every turn they had, they just kept comparing.
I will say this though, Jay. I think I said
they did take a lot of mechanics from other games. That doesn't mean
they again. That's the big thing about it. They didn't talk about any sort of mechanics in which you guys have talked about. I don't necessarily think they would go in depth with it, but the things that you guys mentioned are notable. Like they're notable. They're worthy to be noticed. And I'm like, yes, they do, but they don't necessarily talk about them because probably they either didn't experience those aspects of mechanics, that they didn't actually use them, or again, they just didn't play the game. Another reason. And for that, at first, I didn't really give a shit about these 2 reviews. I honestly didn't. But when I saw these 2 women on Twitter just sort of baiting people in and saying, come on, give me some more, and people just shitting on them. And then obviously the GameSpot girl, she deleted Twitter off her phone to, hide from this shit, but obviously she still got a laptop or whatever to go on, Twitter. I just get to the point where whoever is in charge of GameSpot or IGN, I know it's only a month or 2, but for love of God, they can do this. And that is just take away their reviewing license for a month or 2, because they should be recommended, whatever the fuck the word is, to that standard.
And what's funny, Adam, this has been happening for a while. We've all noticed that they've
been it has, but
doing this for a while.
What happened to the guy that did what happened to the IGN guy that copied the review? Did he get fired, or did he just get taken away his review?
You got fired.
You got fired. All right, cool.
Bro, this is the funny thing. The lady from IGN, I would love for her to get fired because, first of all, everybody proved her wrong that the game wasn't that bad because they went out and they enjoyed it. And they've been enjoying it for going on 2 weeks now. So,
hey Jay, you know what? Right quick, before you get through, you know what I've been seeing a lot, and I've been hearing it, and I've been doing the same thing. I've been hearing this a lot. A lot of people that gave that game a low score, they saying every hour that they play the game, the score goes up for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, say a person say, okay, I agree with the 72. They like 4 hours in, they like, man, I got to change that to like a 79. Then a couple of hours later, like, fuck that. I need to change that to like an 82.
And
like everybody that plays the game is higher in the score the more and more times they play.
That's where we go back to the fact that she probably had some fucking intern that was a guy that was skilled at these type of games, where we know we can look at both of them and say, oh yeah, we know you don't play these games. You know what I'm saying? You can look at both of these
and therein lies the biggest problem for me, JayTech. That right there, like that's why I never buy games based on any review at all, period, because you don't know if that person that's writing that review, if they've ever played that genre or that type of game before within that genre, or if they could be having a bad day, and that, you know, equates to their review too as well. Because remember, these are people that are getting paid to do their fucking job, right?
Yeah.
So that girl that did that talked about fucking Days Gone, for all we know, she could have been on her fucking period and PMSing, for fuck's sake, man.
About shit. Yeah, she could have been on her period or something.
That's why I do not trust reviews, and I never ever trusted fucking reviews, man. The only review that I trust is my own fucking opinion. That's it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather watch a gamer play the game and then say, oh wow, okay, yeah, that's definitely day one. When I saw the gameplay in 2016, I knew this game was day one. I knew this game was day one for 3 fucking years. There's nothing
I was on the
anybody
fence
from
for a
IGN.
while.
I wasn't. I know a lot of people were on different fences for so many reasons, whether the game was taking long or the developer wasn't as skilled or experienced as other first-party developers. I understand that, and I respect everybody. And I tell everybody this: I'm not out here working for Sony. You can buy whatever game you want to buy. But if you went out and trashed this game, and then you see other gamers, myself included, playing this game for hours and hours on end, and you're like, oh man, I wish I would have got that game. Hey, that's not my problem. That's your problem. You know what I'm saying? Whatever reason you didn't want to get, you didn't do it, didn't get the game, that's your problem. I respect everything. I know everybody can't buy every game. I know everybody doesn't want to buy every game because they don't know if it's good, you know, but I make sure that I do my job for the YouTube game community and actually post gameplay. We have a person in the YouTube gaming community by the name of Porter Rock. He trashed on the game after the bad reviews came out. 2 days later, for some magical reason, he'd end up playing the game. So obviously you didn't believe in what the fuck you were saying or what other people were saying about the game, because you went around everybody's back and went to go play the game. Same thing with Jack Mujani. Very, very hesitant in buying the game after he saw the reviews. 2 days later on that very same weekend, he was playing the game. You know,
so you gotta love when gamers do that shit, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They do that shit all the freaking time, man.
Hey, you know another thing, guys. Not only like, look, I'm going to take it a little bit further. Let's say that when like we got this thing to think like, okay, they didn't play that game. I think maybe they did play the game, but a lot of these games, man, I don't think they fully played the game from beginning to end. I think they played that game because sometimes, look, check this out. Sometimes when they send those review codes out, sometimes those people have 1 or 2 days to play that game. And some of these games are 30, 40 plus hours. Some are more. Now, you are not going to tell me that Sony gave you this game on a Thursday and you put a review out on Saturday and you finish the whole game. I'm not going to believe that, because you're not going to get all the aspect of the game.
And I want to also say something else. It corresponds with everything you're saying. Has anybody had public knowledge? Me and Adam and Somatic, we did our research. Anybody else in the Legion? Anybody else watching this hangout? Do you have public knowledge of these 2 women actually playing games outside of their job after they talk about bad about games?
Nope.
We tried looking for their PSN. We tried looking for their PSN. We could not find the PSN. I looked on Twitter. I searched her name as well as the keywords PSN ID. She talked about her PSN ID, but she has never publicly given it out. I wanted to find information to see if any of them actually play video games outside of their job, which is to review video games. And I could not find anything.
Jay, the only person I've seen from IGN playing the game publicly is Dustin. What is it, Dustin Legary? Something like that? Because he played.
Like
he's the only person, and I'm not saying that they don't play games. I'm just saying he's the only person that I've seen on Twitch playing games. He's the only person I've seen. Those other people, I've never seen them play a game. Because usually you would pick that up. Because people like, oh look, man, some that lady from IGN playing such and such, and people will rush over there to it. Like I've never seen that. The only person I've seen was
called her out for that. And all she had to do is go on that PS4 that either was at work or at home, get on her account, pop in Days Gone, capture a video, a clip, push the share button, and upload it on Twitter and shut everybody up. But she never did it. She never did it.
No.
She never fucking touched the fucking game. After she did the review, she never fucking proved that she actually was playing the game. That's why I say there was a fucking PS4 inside the IGN offices that she got an intern to play Days Gone, and then she made opinions after continuously checking in on the intern. That's what I believe happened. I don't believe for one point for someone to hate that game so much that they actually played the game.
Yep. Hey man, you know what somebody had told me one time, and I believed them. Somebody told me, like, man, a lot of places like IGN, when you see those kids go there, he said, man, these are kids that just getting out of college and they want to be journalists. And these places take them in quicker for them to get a job. It's just a stepping stone for them to move on. He said a lot of them that come to them is very few that go to places like IGN and they are gamers. Very few. A lot of those people want to be journalists. They want to be journalists. That's just them getting out of college, going there. Because that's the same thing. What happened to what's the guy name with the glasses? Him and
Moriarty.
Colin, not Colin, the other one.
Greg Miller, the SAW.
Yeah, Greg Miller. He was one of them. Greg Miller wanted to be a journalist. He still play. He is a gamer, but. He came out of college. He wanted to be a journalist. The first job he got was with IGN because those places take you real quick. You're not going to just go work at ABC and you're 19, 20 years old. That's where they go. They go to places like that and then they move on. They get experience and then they move on. So that's something that you have to think about. A lot of people got to think about, man. A lot of those people that go to those places, they want to be journalists. They ain't probably never played a video game in their life. But I'm not saying this about him. I'm just saying this is one of the stories he told one time. Because a lot of them want to be journalists. That's how they got there.
I definitely believe what you're saying because I went on her Twitter account and she talks about her cat and all her other political views. She makes it known that she's lesbian. She says her / I don't know what that means, but she makes it known that she's a lesbian. She makes it known that she has a lot of different gender political views and all of this other stuff. She's not real. She doesn't really care about video games after she leaves that job. And for somebody that doesn't care about video games after you leave a job that's about video, I mean, you can't really ask anybody here in the Legion or anybody that's watching our Hangout right now. When you grew up, you wish you could get paid for playing video games. Yeah. We all do. Yeah. And some of us are fortunate enough to have a following on YouTube or Twitch and actually do make some money off of gaming or sharing gaming information. I know I might get paid every 5 months $100 by YouTube. It's nothing. But, I mean, it's cool that at a point I could go call my mom and like, hey, well, Mom, I don't make a lot of money, but I'm actually making something gaming related, you know, and for her to literally leave that job that's all about gaming and she goes home and pets her cat and drink wine and talk about how she feels about Donald Trump that day. It has nothing to do with gaming on her whole Twitter page. It really just paints that picture that she was very biased and she should not have been assigned that game with so many political views. So many gender political views that she had.
Yeah.
Because she had a lot of personal baggage that she unloaded when she talked about Days Gone. And it's like she just had a disdain hate for men that ride motorcycles, that are white, that have a beard, because maybe secretly she was a man. Who knows?
Oh my God.
Hey, we don't know. We don't know. But she
That's
really,
actually a valid point there, Jay. That's
really
actually that could very well be true.
She hated everything that Deacon stood for.
And drive the damn bike.
Yeah,
So
that shit crazy. Man.
Maybe
didn't drive the bike,
maybe
still
she wish she
crashing
was
it.
the motorcycle. We don't know. Maybe she wish she was a transformer. Robots in disguise. We don't know. But we're gonna go move on to the next topic because she's really not worth anything. I just hope everybody keep your eye out. Some of these journalists, they go quiet for a little bit because there's no games in the summertime. But when the next big blockbuster comes out, make sure you know if Lucy O'Brien is actually reviewing that title. So we move on to the next topic. Sorry, guys. Borderlands 3 hype. Who's hyped for Borderlands 3? Raise your hand. Nobody. Okay.
Sadly, I am not. I am not.
Nobody is raising their hand. Okay, cool.
You don't want Borderlands? I'm a fan of Borderlands.
We're gonna move on to the next topic. Nobody raised their hand.
I do want Borderlands 3, but the only reason why I'm not hyped for it, man, is because the way Gearbox is, their rep as of late. They get very, very cocky, man, and I don't appreciate. I don't respect fucking.
I'm gonna pick it up very, very late. Like I'm not a big.
I'm gonna pick it up, but not until it's in the bargain.
I played Borderlands 1, and I played a lot of it, and I really did like it. And I think the game is a lot of fun with co-op. So it all depends on how many people get this game in the Legion day one, and I might go join them with it day one. But other than that, from what I've known so far, it's not a game on my radar, and it's not a game that I am playing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm a fan of it. I gotta get it, man. Like that studio, to me, it maybe be different for other people, but that studio for me, man, they fucked up one time and they fucked up royally. They fucked up royally with Aliens. They fucked up. They tarnished their reputation with that shit. That killed them. But I think they're going to make a good comeback with Borderlands 3. I do think Borderlands 3 is going to be good, and I think it's going to sell real well. I really do.
It's going to sell well just based off the name itself. And it does look good, don't get me wrong. And like I said, I love Borderlands. I'm going into this game very, very cautiously, man. Very, very cautiously.
Yeah. Did you buy Aliens, Fatal?
Colonial Marines? Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Hey, man, that shit. Oh, my God. They got me. They duped me. They got me. I thought
a huge bait and switch.
Man. Boy.
Big money. I'm so sorry that you got bait and switch for that pile of shit.
Look, be around with that game, bro. Hey, man, you know what? Because I'm a kid that grew up in the 80s. And
so
man,
it makes sense,
Yeah, man, that Star Wars, anything Star Wars, Aliens, I got to have it. And that's the first time we was going to get that. And I was like, oh my God, we really gonna get it. They had, what's his name? What's that director name? That did that
Ridley Scott?
James Cameron?
Ridley Scott, yeah. Ridley Scott.
Yeah, Ridley Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, James Cameron and Ridley Scott. But they had James Cameron. They did an interview with him. I was like, oh shit, here it comes. It's about to, man, that shit came out. That shit was terrible. And that just fucked them up. That fucked them up bad, man. I don't know what the fuck happened with them. That just fucked them up really bad. That was terrible.
Yeah, that game was pretty bad, man. There was a lot of false advertising with that game that Randy Pitchford did, and that's what made them push them over the edge. Like me, the game that really made me fall in love with, it wasn't Borderlands, but the franchise at first that really made me fall in love with Gearbox, man, was Brothers in Arms. I missed that franchise, and I was so fucking devastated and pissed off when they canceled that last one that was inspired based on the actual Inglourious Bastards. I was so pissed about that. Now, it's a fucking free-to-play mobile game on mobile, so fuck Gearbox. Moving on.
We're going to move on to, oh, God. I wanted to ask everybody here, do you Do you know what a PC port begging troll is? Do you guys know, or do you just know that I use the word a lot?
We just know you use the word a lot.
Okay, so a PC port begging troll is a word I made up to piss off PC fanboys, and it worked well, just way too good. So I'm gonna explain what it is. A PC port begging troll is a PC fanboy that likes to beg for games that are not on their system. I've never made this name up saying that a game would never go over there. And if I put it in my title, it's only there to piss you off. Again, I'm doing my job and it's pissing you guys off. Also, when I added the troll on the additional part, so it's PC port begging, and at the very, very end, it says troll or trolls. It's specifically targeted to the PC community that is on Twitter and other places begging these developers for the game. But then when the game comes out, there's some sort of random magical excuse on why they cannot buy the game that they, their self included, was begging for. Somebody last week, I think it was Tim Dog, told me about that Steam page. What was the shit about the Steam sales? Anybody remember the name of that website?
Steam Spy.
Steam Spy. Let me go look at it and see if my foot is on Steam Spy real quick. Steam Spy. So we're gonna go on Steam Spy real quick, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna search Crash Bandicoot. But from what I saw last weekend, Crash Bandicoot had only sold 200,000. So Spyro the Dragon went to Xbox and PS4, but it didn't go to PC. It's clearly going to go to Switch once they finish the downgrade. We're getting a confirmation right now that Crash Bandicoot, the go-kart game, isn't on PC, but it's slated to come out on PS4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch all of the same day. So what this means is when this game came out and you didn't buy it, that means that you're the reason why other games that Activision are doing remasters for are not coming to your platform. So again, you begged for Crash Bandicoot, and you also teased other PlayStation gamers for quote unquote losing a game, even though they still have access to it. But when the game went to your platform of your choice, you did not buy the game. So does anybody understand how that works? Developers still supposed to put a game on a platform that said they wanted the first game, didn't support the first game when they actually put it over there, but then the community expects the developer to continue to put games on their platform even though they have no intention on buying it. They're just begging for it, so you don't have it.
I don't know, man. PC people is getting
fucking weird
and stranger by the day.
Exactly. So again, this petition was made not too long ago because the game had went into 50 days away mark, and then they were like, oh shit, it's still not announced for PC. Let's start port begging. Port begging is not guaranteed to always work, and sometimes the developer already had a plan to bring the game to the platform anyway, so port begging actually didn't work. They're just pissing you guys off. Same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 might make its way to PC, but I mean, Activision get to do whatever. Not Activision. Rockstar does whatever Rockstar wants to do. If they want to make you wait the rest of this gen and put it on your platform next gen, they can do that. But you begging isn't gonna, make the process any faster. So I think this is pretty stupid. We know that the PC community really doesn't like kart racing games. They don't like racing games. Period. They don't sell very well. So it will be weird for Activision to waste resources and money to put it on the PC when you guys won't buy it day one and you're probably going to try to pirate it. So,
what about a strategic kart racing game? You think they about it?
Who said that? Who said
Got
that?
him.
Get that guy out of here, man. Kick him out. You funny for that, Big Money. No, seriously. If this game was a strategic Crash Bandicoot video game, then maybe PC fans would be picking it up day one. but because it's not, they could care less. I wanted to add this tidbit in because it was funny. I laughed at the person that was starting to spread this around Twitter, and it only has 255 signatures. See, when I talked about the PC community and I showed all these change.org petitions, the numbers, some of them were like in the thousands. I know Red Dead. Ooh, bro, we should go check out Red Dead. That'll make you really laugh. Red Dead. Red Dead's gonna make you laugh because it's higher than Bloodborne. Bloodborne almost was at 50,000. Red Dead is sitting at 86,000. So again, they say, oh, well, we have more Steam accounts than 86,000, but Crash Bandicoot only sold 200,000. So this is accurate to how much the copies might actually sell on Steam. It might not sell very much. Most of you guys are not interested. Again, you just want something that you don't have, but you don't have any interest in actually buying it. Exactly, it's like a little kid that sees a toy and then he gets all the toys he wants and then he doesn't play with the shit. Yeah, exactly. Like baby mentality.
On a habit to habit.
Exactly. I mean, or have it on your platform just so you can say that you don't have it, you know, even though you're not, they really don't have it because they didn't go out and buy it, you know. Fucking weird. Forza Street coming to Nintendo Switch. Forza Street is a cell phone version of the famous Forza series, and they are now coming out with major rumors that the game might go to the Nintendo Switch. What are your thoughts?
Man, how many times we gonna hear about these rumors about stuff going to the Switch, man?
Hey, Cuphead actually went over. Cuphead went over.
Well, but see, that's the thing. Microsoft don't own. You know what?
Yeah, but they said it was all right. If you look at all the facts, it was up to them to put it on the Switch because they did, you know, help with some of the development. Not a lot, but they did help.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like stuff like Cuphead, it doesn't bother me. The only thing, well, it don't bother me, period. But if I was an Xbox fan, when they start talking about stuff like Halo, Gears, when those rumors come out going to the Switch, then they should be nervous. But with stuff with like Cuphead, oh man,
no, Cuphead was supposed to be on the Switch. You looked at that game, you was like, oh yeah, this game's supposed to be over there. We're gonna look at a trailer real quick, and you guys can see everything, right?
Yeah.
It's basically just a cell phone version of Forza. The Switch should be able to handle it. It'd be good for the Switch to have some sort of racing game. Looks pretty dope. Looks all right for a cell phone game.
Why isn't that coming out on Xbox though?
That's what I don't understand, bro. This is where it gets crazy, big money. It's listed to come to the Switch, but it came out on cell phones first, but it never came to Xbox One.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
Hey man, in a minute, Xbox gonna have their games coming on the Ouya in a minute. God,
yeah.
That shit gonna be everywhere. That shit gonna be on the Ouya.
It's gonna be on everything but Xbox at this point.
Yeah.
Everything.
Atari gonna have that shit.
Forza Street. Sound like a good title. They could have brought this out. Could have been a game they talked about. I mean, it might not have been the best Forza game, but it would have been something to talk about. But I don't know. They didn't want to bring it over. So it is what it is. We go to the next topic, and this is where it gets big. It's very heavily focused on PC today, and that's because you guys do suck ass. But Epic Games is bringing Rocket League to the Epic Game Store because they brought the studio that made Rocket League, and towards the end of the year, they're going to be taking Rocket League off of Steam permanently. Now I have the page open for Rocket League on the Steam store. The reviews are still 186, very positive. If you guys remember, Rocket League was premiered on PC before PS4. When it came to PS4, it was a PlayStation Plus title, and a lot of us got it early.
I didn't even
It was
know
a
that.
simultaneous release.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no, but I thought the early access for Rocket League was on Steam before it came to the PS4.
If I'm not mistaken, the PS4 was probably the first platform to get that, if not at the same time. But I played the early access
because I
on
could have swore
PS4
it was
too.
PS4. I never remember it being on anything else but the PS4.
Are we giving them credit, JayTech?
Yeah.
Rocket League release date.
Who would put that on the PC? If you bringing a game out like that, I don't even see PC play.
I don't know, but
PS4 popularized it.
No, Sam, you're right. You're right. I think I was thinking of a wrong game. It was what was it? Overwatch. Overwatch was the game that premiered on PC first or some shit like that. Okay, wrong game. Both 2015, July 5th, July 7th, 2015. Both platforms, PC and PS4. So the game's been on your platform for what, 4 years now? And for it to go to Epic Game Store, I mean, let's be honest. Everybody that wanted to play or buy this game on Steam, you had the freedom to do so. If you're a PC fan, I don't understand why you can't download a free launcher. From what I hear, Epic Game Store is free to download that launcher. And it supports the developers more than Steam. So again, you guys always say, well, if the game was on more platforms, it would support the developer, but you don't want the developer to make more money off of their sale. So you want them to be restricted to Steam so they make less money instead of going to Epic Game Store where they're going to make more money so they can make more games. So long story short, again, we got a lot of younger PC fanboys a part of this current day PC community, and they don't know how business works. But long story short, you have 4 years to play the game on Steam. If it goes somewhere else, oh fucking well. Okay, you had long enough to play this fucking game. With that,
by the way, that was a great business move by Epic. It was a great
very
business
good
move.
I mean, look, they said the Steam could have stopped all this if they would have gave the developers a better cut. They don't, and they refuse to, and they're ignoring the fact that they're not doing it. So you know, that's a them problem. Adam, wake your ass up. Adam Morsk.
Is it Adam Morsk or is it Adam Moist?
Moist. It's very moist.
Yeah, it's even better.
Moist. Adam Moist.
Even better. I'm fucking with you, Adam.
Okay. Next topic. Adam would have been here to break it down, but we're going to turn to Sam. Death Stranding gameplay trailer teasers. Kojima has been teasing a lot more than normal, and they're not as cryptic this time. Like he's clearly showing off that he's editing a video that he has not put up yet that is Death Stranding. And we're getting this is a part of another topic for today's video. But a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be shown off at the State of Play because he's not going to E3 because Sony's not going to E3. So what else can we see on State of Play that might not be heavily VR focused like the first episode? I mean, they have 3 other major games that they now can talk about because Days Gone has been shipped out there. So
I think they're going to, me personally, man, I think they're going to focus on Concrete Genie in, what's the other game?
Medieval?
No, not.
Yeah,
well, that's going to be there. But Judgment, I think they're going to focus.
Yes. Judgment comes out in June. I almost forgot about that. How did you forget?
Yeah, because when you just said that, Jay, when you just said that, I had something else to go with that because I heard the same thing, but somebody, like, it's another little rumor going out there talking about, yeah, Kojima is showing that, but it's supposed to be a launch title for PS5. And it's a rumor.
No, don't worry. Everybody's been saying it was going to be a PS5 game before PS5 got officially revealed by Sony. So, you know.
Yeah. So that's the only little thing that I heard about that. The add-on.
We're gonna go to his English Twitter account so we can scroll down some of these pictures and stuff he's posted. But obviously, he's outside of looking at his cell phone and all his Blu-rays that he got. He got a bigger Blu. He seems to really like Mad Max though.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, he loves Mad Max.
The only thing I want to know is what kind of game
here we go. This
it?
is from May 2nd. Today is May 5th. That's clearly him in the studio, and you see the logo right there for Death Stranding. Like they're clearly doing some stuff, bro. They're doing some stuff, and it's all Death Stranding related. You know,
They look like they working
keep
on the
showing
music.
off this right here. Looks like the soldier with the backpack. It's a little blurred out, but it clearly looks like they're working on the game. They're working on presentation. Again, another clear instance that they're in the studio trying to finish up the voice acting for the game. You know, Sony TV, you know, Death Stranding on the fucking TV. I mean, it doesn't get more clear than that. Like, he's doing the trailer, and he said it was less than a month away. A month away is fucking June. So he's gonna be showing that shit off in the month of E3. So do you think it's gonna be more clear about what the game is, this new trailer?
That's what I was saying. I just want to know what is it, a first person shooter? Like
No. It seems like it's gonna be a third person. It might have a first person view.
He's been doing both in recent games.
Yeah. But I think the main
down to sights.
Yeah.
Is it an action game? Is it a stealth game? Like, we don't know nothing.
I need Adam Moore, you bitch.
Oh, god damn it.
Shit. JayTechTV.
Adam, break this shit down. We're over here bumbling over our own feet. What's going on? Yeah, they clearly look. This one right here, when you're in the studio with one of the voice actors for the character, I believe his name gonna be Sam?
Yes,
This guy, the main character in Death Stranding. I think his name is Sam or whatever. He's the voice actor for the main character for the Japanese version, and it's like they're in there doing the voice acting, bro. They're doing it like. You know, you can see right there. This is the video game right there. She's doing the voice acting, and the video game is right there. Like,
all right, the man's here with all the information. I can break the shit down.
Oh god,
what are you talking about? Oh, yeah,
your name is Adam Moist. Hurry up.
So if you're talking about this shit, first of all, I said this to you yesterday. At the end of May, we are going to get a state of play. We're going to get a release date for Last of Us, probably concrete. And we're going to get a release date for Death Stranding, which will probably be either winter or spring next year. Because Kojima confirmed last weekend or weekend before at Tribeca Film Festival that this game will be coming out before the Japanese Olympics, which is the 24th of July next year. Ooh. It will be a PS5 title as well, cross-platform, but it will be coming out for the PS4. There will be a trailer for the state of play. He's working on a trailer. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And knowing
you saw this picture right here I have in front of you guys, right?
Yeah, that's the voice actor.
You can see that the video game character that she's going to be portraying for the Japanese version is right there on the screen.
I mean, like, if you want to go into this as well a little bit more, Jay, Donna Burke, which is the woman that did pretty much the main theme to pretty much, I think, 1, 2, 3, and 4. She did a concert for Metal Gear, but she's also worked. There's a video of her working on a new track. Now, I have a hunch it's either going to be for Death Stranding or it's for Blue Point, who are working on Metal Gear Solid Remake, which is highly fucking rumored.
Wow. I mean, he was listening to some music right here from Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. So, I mean, he look, a lot of people think he's a mysterious guy. He is, but he's pretty much telling you everything you need to know. The game is coming out. The statue looks badass, by the way. I don't know if it's gonna be a limited or collector's edition, but he's definitely demoing something for that. I mean,
they've got to show something. But if they're
definitely showing something.
They've got to because a lot of fans got pissy with the factor of it was only VR. There was small titles, and it was the first show. For us, we didn't mind it. We thought it was okay. But for most fans, they were expecting Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding. Obviously, they weren't expecting what's called medieval Concrete Genie, which well, not medieval, but we got Concrete Genie. And obviously Sony understand it. Like, they understand that they've got to show something off. And I feel like they will do. They will do it.
Do y'all think we're going to have a PlayStation X this year? Y'all think we're going to have that this year?
Yeah. Because they have a lot of information to cover, and I don't see a reason why you should wait for March or April to do it when you can do it in November or the beginning of December. I don't see no reason why you should wait. So I think they're gonna have one this year. I mean,
because if I'm thinking that they're not going to E3, they might not be going to Gamescom either.
No, they're not.
No, I don't know about.
No, they haven't went to Gamescom in years.
They will be probably. I think after they just start play in May.
Tokyo Game Show.
They probably.
Oh, so you think they're gonna be at Tokyo Game Show?
Oh yeah, they never miss that. They never miss Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see Tokyo Game Show. I just hope they don't do that. What's that other one? France, a Paris game.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that anymore.
They didn't do that last year.
Yeah. They might see. I think they're gonna ramp up all of these events next year when they finally announce and reveal the system. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna go on that tour that they always do. They're gonna go to every event. They're gonna show it off. Days Gone was at every event. They just didn't. Sony didn't have a conference at every event, but Days Gone was toured with so many different events, bro. That's why it was hard for IGN to kind of take the game down, because so many people actually did get to play it before IGN's review came out. They were playing it for the last 2 years at all these different conventions. So, Sony's smart when they go to all these events. When they have something to show off, they will be there.
Because I'm thinking if they do, whenever they do show the PS5, they're gonna need a good 6 to 7 months to promote that. They're gonna need a good 6 or 7 months.
I think they're gonna need 5, but I agree. You got to remember, PlayStation 3 was gonna sell on its own merit if the price was right, and it still did. It still sold faster than the Xbox 360. PS4, we see how that monster did. PS1 did very good. PS2 did very good. The PSP actually sold 80 million total copies. A system that they call a failure. The Vita, I think, is sold under 40 million, if I'm correct, or is it under 30 million?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Under 40 and under 30 million. So name recognition is powerful. They don't need as much help as Microsoft. Microsoft's gonna need that fucking 7 to 8 months. They might need 7 to fucking 9 months.
When it comes to just gonna say, man, when it comes to console gaming, if we're gonna talk about power in consoles, man, if anything, if history has told us one thing, is that the console that has less power is the one that showcases what they can do on that console, which happened pretty much every fucking time. Xbox with their X right now, it's saying how it could do this, and that, but we have not seen a clear the evidence that is clear that that console is fucking showing off a game that is better than, for instance, Uncharted 4, Spider-Man, God of War, Days Gone, Horizon. We've seen all these games showcase at a fucking big standard that is on a base PlayStation 4 or a Pro, whatever you're playing on. But with Xbox X or Xbox One X, whatever you want to call that shit of a fucking teraflop, it's a sense of they've got Gears 5 coming out this year. That's gonna demonstrate the power of the X.
When is Ori and the Will of the Wisp coming out?
I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, when is that coming out?
Gears is probably coming out
a decent lineup this year.
It'll be either be November or October this year. Yeah. So I don't know about that one, but it will be probably coming out this year, 100%. I don't see where else. But yeah, man. I mean,
okay. Well, that's it for the topics. We still got a lot of time. Is there anything that anybody wants to add? Because the topics were pretty short because I was playing Days Gone and work. So is there anything that anybody?
That's why I haven't
add?
been saying anything. I've been playing Days Gone right now.
I was in the middle of doing that one mission. I can't talk to you guys about.
I've got something to add, Jay. So to anyone, I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of people that report news of Death Stranding. For the love of God, the amount of times where I've sat there and I've just been hearing him say, we don't know release date, we don't know like a window. It's like, dude, we fucking did. And Tribeca, and these people have reported this news of Tribeca, but for some reason, they've glossed over the fact that Kojima literally stated it's going to be before Japanese Olympics. What you have to do is Google that shit, and you'll find out what he means by that. He did a lot. He gave us a lot of information about Death Stranding. He didn't show anything, but he gave us a lot of fucking information. And that's all I need to know. And I heard loads of people cover this news, man. It's bullshit, bro. BG covered this news, and he didn't even fucking mention the release date. He
ignorant.
Shit about Death Stranding.
Well, he can't read.
No, it's just bad, bro. Like people, if you're covering news on Death Stranding,
there you go.
You've got to look at every tweet. Okay. And I'm like, yo, you basically side note the big thing about that whole point, which was it was coming out before the 24th of July next year. So, you know, it all comes down to the factor of this game will be coming out the first half of the year, which means what is The Last of Us? Where's that going to land? Is it going to land next year early, or is it going to land?
So that's the next big spring game, basically.
Well, we don't even know, bro. There's so much fucking going into this shit. But State of Play, I said it. It's going to be May at the end of this month, before E3. Yeah, they need to get in. They need to get in front of that before Xbox do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. To be honest, I don't think
that Iron Man release day, man.
Yeah, I forgot all about Iron Man.
I don't know. VR believes into it.
Guys, if you're on the fence, Sam says it all the time. I'm gonna start copying off of Sam. If you're on the fence about Days Gone, ignore the reviewers. Look at some gameplay. Look at some pictures. Make up your mind yourself. You don't need to keep following people. Do you want to be like a Rags fanboy that for the last 3 years is trying to debate people based off of what they saw him do, and then you end up looking like a dumbass? You don't want to do that. You don't want to miss out on a good game. Trust me. I missed out on a good amount of games that I thought were good, but I missed out on them, and maybe I don't have enough time to play them. I'm gonna get them on the sale this year. You know, like Division 2. You know, Sam helped me get, Cooney and Nier Automata. I heard they were very, very good games. You know, it's been time.
Tales of Berseria is another good one, too. You want to pick that up?
Yeah, I'm going to go download that, too. But, you don't want to be a person and miss out on some good games, man. You don't want to be like that. Trust me. I know a lot of PC fans will never get a PS4, so you're never going to enjoy this game. And you don't have a single game of this caliber that looks like this, of the same genre, that's ever going to be able to be played by you guys, because it doesn't fucking exist. But yeah, other than that, yeah. Somatic.
Yeah.
Light them up, bro.
What?
Just light them up. Say whatever the fuck you want. We're at the end of the rope, bro. We're almost we're gonna be leaving soon.
Smell really bad.
Yeah, it's already been 2 hours.
No. I mean, we just don't have no new topics.
Oh, we're good.
I mean, we could go. People in the comments section.
Oh shit.
Light us up with some questions. Give us some thoughts. So let's read off some stuff real quick. Got 35 of you guys.
It was one thing that that's been concerning me lately. I don't know if this might not concern y'all, but do y'all think, like, when these games come out, man, it seems like more and more that they show like more than they should? Because
yes.
Jay, like when we were growing up, we barely even see. We might see a little 5-second little something about the game. Now, like, you get to see the first hour of a game, and I just be like, damn, that's just a little bit too much. Like an hour like that, I don't know, man. It just seems like more and more they starting to show way too much of these games. Like they just showing way too much. I can see a good 5-10 minutes of gameplay. That's cool. But when you start showing like an hour or two of gameplay, I'm like, God damn.
You talking about an hour or two in total?
Yeah. Like even Days Gone.
I want to say something about Days Gone, but I got to go take a piss on the Xbox One. I only have a few left. But look, let me paint this picture. You see why it needed to happen. That's all I gotta say. For Days Gone, you see why they needed to show that much. There clearly was people out there was gonna shit on the game anyway, and there was enough gameplay out there to show the people that was listening to the reviewers that maybe they were wrong about some stuff. And once more of the people that already were hell bent on getting the game based off of what they saw with their own eyes, then it was like, oh shit, we can't fight this. None of them females followed up on their attacks for the game. After the game had been released to the public, none of them said anything else because everybody know how wrong they were. They have not fought anybody. I have close to, let me go see how many gigabytes I have real quick. I believe I have like probably 18 to 20 gigabytes of Days Gone. And with that being said, Somatic sucks ass. Hold on, let me go check.
I think in the case of what you say in Big Money, I think part of the reason why we might get what some people might feel is too much gameplay is this is not a knock on Sony, but sometimes they do show games that's 2-3 years out. So you probably got to drop little tidbits to keep people,
interested. Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds about right there, Lincoln, man. That sounds about right. Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
I'm just scared that it's going to become the norm. Like most, I just don't want.
Because I'm not going to lie.
Go ahead, quick.
No, I was going to say real quick because I'm not going to lie. When they first started showing us little bits of Days Gone, I didn't think it was a bad game, but it wasn't at the top of my list. But as they kept dropping more and more tidbits, I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to this game more than I'm looking forward to Death Stranding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's foot.
Hey,
right there.
Big Money.
Yeah.
Guess what? What I recently got myself back into playing there last night.
What?
Take a wild guess.
Pokemon.
You better not say no goddamn Sekiro.
No. I'm still thinking. I'm still on fucking break on that game. Jesus Christ.
Oh, have you? This is something that
it's an Xbox game.
Crackdown.
No, hell no.
Yeah,
I went back and re-downloaded Sea of Thieves.
Oh, yeah.
But that's a game.
He was infamous for playing Sea of Thieves. We used to get.
I was, but hey, in my own defense, the only reason why I went back and I re-downloaded it was because I wanted to check out that anniversary update. I wanted to see all the new content. Remember, last time I played it was fucking a year ago when the game first came out. So I wanted to see all the stuff that they added and whatever the case would be. But the main attraction for me, though, was the whole entire fishing aspect of that anniversary update. And fucking, so I was doing some fishing last night, and it was awesome. Don't judge me.
Well, no, because the game is actually like the
update
is actually giving players a reason to actually play that fucking game now.
Well, no, keep in mind, I didn't actually buy the game. I've only been playing it through GP, but like Crackdown and Sea of Thieves are the only two games that I will never buy off of fucking. Like, I'm not going to drop $80 on Sea of Thieves. Fuck out of here.
That's illegal. That's illegal.
That's illegal. But I mean, all prices for games in Canada are pretty much basically that. Days Gone is $80, shit like that. So,
yeah.
But with that said, though, I mean, like, yeah, they definitely added a shit ton of stuff, man. Which is about fucking time, but it's still too late, though. Well, I really can't. And here's the thing. I can't crap on it too much because my favorite game this generation is No Man's Sky. You guys know that. So in that game, I waited for the content. So I'll be a hit.
Did you fight the Kraken yet? Did you get a chance to fight the Kraken yet?
Doing that, but not on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fought him a long time ago. You mean the head? No head at Kraken? Yeah. No body Kraken?
That was crazy right there.
But another game that I recently got into too was
you roboting bad, Fatal.
God, that difficulty update was stayed. I know a lot of people are gonna rip me a new one for that one.
Yeah. Sound like Johnny Robot.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say, Jamar Bates said a little while ago. Jamar Bates said we should talk about Tokyo Game Show. Well, to see the thing with Tokyo Game Show, the majority of the Japanese RPGs, the major ones, are already out and known about. Like Judgment, it came out in Japan last year. It's finally coming to the United States next month in June. And I did hear that a new Yakuza game is coming out. The next Yakuza game, which will be using a Dragon engine, which is the same engine that Judgment is using. Trust me, if you're not buying Judgment, that's perfectly cool. I'm going to have gameplay on this YouTube channel to show you what the Dragon engine can do. As you know, in the Yakuza games, you can go into every building with no fucking loading screen. You can walk down these alleyways, play all different types of mini games. They got Virtual Fighter 5 is inside of the new Judgment game. So you don't even need Virtual Fighter. You get Judgment. You can play that as a side game inside of the game. You have a zombie shooting game inside of there now. You got something like a Tetris game. These are all mini games which end the game due to the fact that the Sega arcade store is a location inside of Japan, and this where the map is located.
When does Judgment come out?
The 26th of June.
Okay.
It's not too far away. Actually, I think it comes out the same day as Crash Bandicoot, if I'm not mistaken.
And who's publishing the thing?
Sega.
Okay.
Yep, Sega.
Hey man, you know what we can talk about right quick before we leave? And I hate talking about this. I hate talking about this, but it's a little something. Did y'all hear about? It's a couple of lead designers that's leaving. Damn, what's the name? God damn it, what's the name of that goddamn game?
Morsk Industries.
Anthem. They leaving Anthem to go to.
What?
Yeah, they hope Bioware. Huh? Yeah, Bioware. Like 3 or 4 lead designers are leaving Anthem to go work on Dragon Age.
Oh yeah, I heard. Yeah, that's their focus now. Do you hear? Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's been the talk this past week that that even though BioWare claims they still support Anthem, but a lot of stuff going around that they pretty much done with the game and trying to move on to the next project.
Yeah, that's what they doing. But they put out a statement. They got to say this. No, we're 100% committed to Anthem.
Oh, God.
They're jumping. They're jumping.
It's like thoughts and prayers
at the end of this year. They're jumping ship.
I guess I don't really have an opinion on it because I didn't really care for a game like Anthem or the Division and shit like that. People call them looter shooters. I just call them co-op because that's basically what it is.
The game's a service. Yeah. That's what they are. The game's a service. Depends on if
I'm just not a big co-op person. I mean, you can disguise it with any name that you want. Yeah. I either want, for me, I either want single player or I want, multiplayer. I'm just not a big fan of co-op.
Yeah, of course.
It just pissed me off, Lincoln, because me and Sick, we was defending that fucking game to. I don't care what because we were defending that game to death. And if they do this shit here to us, but we.
Yeah, I think you might have. I think you might be going to
abandon that roadmap.
But what happens since like now, like the way people talking, it's like Dragon Age in terms of hopes and shit like that. It's almost like Dragon Age is the new Anthem. Like they act like a lot of shit right on Anthem. Okay. So if the game fails, what's next?
Yeah,
it's gonna be Dragon Age. That's the problem. Like there's a lot of things going on within BioWare. So this news about them, moving from Anthem towards Dragon Age and having a small team still working on Anthem, it kind of just nods at the fact that they're going to continue support. They're going to support Anthem up until the end of this year. As soon as this year's done, they're out. They're fucking off. They're done. Like they're not gonna continue working on that game because they want to redeem themselves within that game. The problem is, if you're a person that has played the previous Dragon Age games, and obviously Mass Effect games. The people that work there, when those games were really good and fun, a lot of people respect them, are not there anymore. And I'm wondering what. One thing I want to know is what BioWare are doing on the engine side. Because if EA are going to give them the freedom to get the hell away from Frostbite's engine. That's one thing, one of the things they need to do. Bioware needs to go to them and tell them, we're not using the fucking Frostbite engine. We're using Unreal Engine. We're using another engine besides your one. Because to me, visually, Frostbite engine is really good, right? I would give them that. But based on the designing aspect, like designing basic stuff in this, in whatever, you know, in the engine, it's frustrating, it's tedious, and it's only working in some sense one way. And, you know, that's not good. You want your developers to have an engine which they have the flexibility to do what they want to do. That's what Days Gone did with Unreal Engine 4. When they got it, they're like, it can do what we want, but we need to improve it. So they modified the engine to their own standards, and they made Days Gone. That's why Days Gone's so good looking, because they modified it to their own capabilities, in which allows them to do certain things. And Digital Foundry did say this is one of the best looking games on Unreal Engine, so to speak, right now.
But say what's the best looking game?
I'm digressing. I think Bioware, there's a few things they need to fix, man. Obviously, the internal problems they are currently fixing or working on fixing, but it's also the engine, and I mean, it all comes down to EA as well. Like, I thought the only studio that EA has that is literally telling EA to fuck off is Respawn Studios. Yeah. Respawn Studios, I actually have faith in that Star Wars game, because they are not giving EA any room to tell them what to do. If EA don't like it, then it's as simple as them to say, all right, get the fuck out. But they're not going to do it, because they know that Respawn are the only ones right now giving them a fucking good amount of money with Apex and, I mean, some other things as well. So, regardless, like, yeah, there's a few problems right now, man.
I got a bad feeling, man, that they gonna shut down BioWare, man. I got a real bad feeling.
I hope they don't, bro.
Hey, JayTech and Big Money, I got to shoot over to the round table.
Okay.
They got a monthly meeting going on right now. Looks like they're gonna go live with it too, so they can get input from the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're in a problem.
Send me a link to that so I can go watch it.
Oh, okay. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for showing up, man.
Oh yeah. All right, everybody. I got a boogie on over to the round table. So shout out to JayTech for having me up in here. I know I didn't say a lot. I just sit back and listen to a lot of the opinions and stuff. But I'll definitely see y'all next week.
All right, fam.
All right.
Out.
See you up.
Yep.
Is there any last things that we're gonna talk about? I'm gonna see if we can. We got Jamar talked about Tokyo Game Show. Let me see.
I mean, not as I can.
You want to talk about the Avengers real quick or no?
Hell no.
Okay.
Eddie said, did you hear Ghost Recon coming out?
Oh yeah. I said this yesterday.
Tom Clancy Splinter Cell, something like that.
Yeah, so it's so was it May 9th? There is a rumor going around that they're going to be Ubisoft are going to be announcing a trailer for an upcoming Tom Clancy game. Now, I don't think it's going to obviously be Division, because they just brought out Division 2. It's not going to be Rainbow Six, because they just brought out the next season. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, they brought out this new DLC, so I don't know about that. So to me, it sort of is leaning towards Splinter Cell maybe being a thing, even though they did say that they don't know what to do on Splinter Cell, which could be a lie. I don't know what your thoughts are, but go ahead.
So explain that again, because I was on Dreams.
So like I said, the games that they've got under the Tom Clancy name are already initiated stuff. Division, Rainbow Six, and Ghost Recon.
Yeah.
So anyone that's left is Splinter Cell or a brand new IP under that name, which I don't think they will do. Shit.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it might be Splinter Cell, because a lot of people have been asking that. But there is a part of me that thinks that, well, I hope it's true.
We talked about this yesterday. Do you think it's going to be exclusive to Xbox?
No, it isn't.
Okay, I just want to.
It won't be because Blacklist wasn't, but I think Convict was. But that conviction.
Do you think Microsoft would go for a timed exclusivity? Since
they will do. Yes, they will.
Yeah, that's so. You think that the game might be exclusive to Xbox for a year, like term?
Yeah, maybe not a year, maybe a little bit shorter than that, but yeah,
6 months, 9 months.
That'll be a launch title, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they did it with Black Desert, they did it with Tomb Raider, they did it with what is it, PUBG. They're still doing it, even though they said they won't do it anymore. You know?
Yeah. So, let me get my what's name. I got to get over there too, man.
Okay.
Hey, this Big Money, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. I'm finna go over here and check with my people. But make sure y'all come check us out next week, every Sunday at 2:00. Shout out to PlayStation Legion for accepting me, man. It means a lot to me. I'll see y'all next week, man. But I'll see y'all when y'all get.
Yeah, we'll be in a party shop.
Money is out.
Is that another round table?
Yeah, they doing something big over there.
They got something going on there, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out in a little bit. Is that it? Did we have anything else? Splinter Cell.
I mean, to be honest,
I'm gonna put my thought out there. Splinter Cell is gonna have some sort of exclusivity. If it's not, I think it has to be bigger than marketing because it is a series that people wanted to come back. And if it comes to both systems day one, PS4 is gonna be the clear winner in sales. I know Microsoft doesn't want to lose a sales argument again. So if they could help it, I think they might go buy some rights for it to be a timed exclusive. It could be 6, 9, 12. It could be any of those amount of months. But I think it's gonna happen. They've been known to do this when it comes to Splinter Cell.
I just saw a tweet here by the Bra E3 2019 PlayStation Bra mentioning about what if Sony announced one of these asked us to choose one of these titles to be remastered, which was the Infamous games, which was 1 and 2,
start me from back here,
Ratchet and Clank trilogy, Killzone, as well as Resistance trilogy. And I know that Insomniac are working on the next Ratchet and Clank game. I know they fucking are. There's no doubt about it. Whether it's going to be a reboot to the second game or a brand new game entirely. But the other three, I've already said this, I wouldn't mind them doing a Resistance trilogy.
I voted Resistance.
Test the waters of just bringing that series back because it is one of those games I think would be really good.
Yeah, I voted on Resistance also. Very good.
Yeah, I like Infamous 1 and 2. I wouldn't mind. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't mind that or Killzone or Resistance. I don't know why Ratchet and Clank's a part of that because they're already working on that sort of thing.
Yeah, they're still doing Ratchet and Clank. I don't know where that
again. God, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just looking at some of the stuff. I mean, I've already mentioned like Donna Burke and stuff like that. Working on some music. I think we kind of covered everything. I jumped in when
bullshit.
Because when I heard you talk about Kojima, I was like, "Yo, I've got to jump in here, man," because like you got to announce that release date. Like he's already mentioned the release date for that game or like a window for it. So I know not a lot of people are noticing that. Like I was like, "How do you not know this?" Like he literally said on stage, like people focused in on the disconnecting and connecting aspect, which I'm like, okay, cool. But he did mention that the game would be out in that sort of frame. Whether you take his word or not, the game's been in development for roughly around 4 years already. So it'll be his 5th year next year. So he's had enough time.
Okay, look, I'm about to talk to this chick. So we gotta wrap this shit up. I'm gonna hop back on Days Gone, guys.
It's only me and Boca.
I thought we were pretty much done. All right.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. Everybody, get your intros out. Is Somatic still here, or did he sneak out?
No, he timed out, I think.
Okay. So you guys get your intros out, and yeah.
Right, yeah, sure. I'll go first. What up, everybody? Admore here. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream. Obviously, a couple of the guys that were part of this chat sort of had some problems, but also had to go to their other, podcast to sort of address them. But it's been a pretty good podcast. What we talked about, obviously small little topics. Mainly revolved around some of it, about Days Gone, but it's good enough. Hopefully, we get some more news next week. But apart from that, man, thank you very much for watching. I'm out.
No doubt. It's your boy Bowler 320. Another fun-filled SJW Sunday with fun-filled topics as usual. So you guys want to check me out? I'm on Twitch, currently streaming Knack on very hard mode. Probably be on later on MLB The Show. 19 is some Days Gone. Again, my YouTube's the same one. It's Boloco 320. Appreciate the support, guys. Have a great weekend.
Okay, guys, this is JayTechTV, as you already know. I'm going to be on Days Gone a little bit later on tonight. Remember, I am starting up the summer PC fanboy debates only on Discord. So our rules are 17 or older with a high school diploma. And please don't get your history lessons from Rags. Other than that, if I'm not on Dreams or Days Gone on Twitch or YouTube, I'm probably playing another game that I might not be streaming. But I do have Nier Automata and I do have Ni no Kuni, so I'm gonna be breaking those games in after I get the platinum for Days Gone. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you for all the support. I should see you guys pretty soon after live streaming. So I'll see you guys. Okay, Adam, Sam, I'll see you in the party chat.
We out.